South was written by Barbadian poet Edward Kamar Brathwaite, who grew up in the Caribbean and has lived in North America for much of his later adult years. In reading this poem, we find the speaker reflecting on and feeling nostalgia for his warm and cheerful homeland in the South, while he faces the challenges of the cold and less friendly conditions of the North, where he now resides. It begins, "But today," what does this suggest to you? That the poem starts in the middle of a conversation or a thought? That he has just said something which is perhaps different from what he is now going to say? That he is making a comparison? The speaker is recalling aspects of the island he misses. Bright beaches, blue mist from the ocean, rolling into fishermen's houses. By these shores I was born. In the second stanza, having moved far from the beaches, he finds himself in stony cities, no doubt cold and harsh physically, as well as emotionally. The poem then pulls us Caribbean readers into sharing his thoughts, "We who are born of the ocean," and takes us back into the home of the South in a wishful journey as we travel down one of the rivers of the North, passing pains that would wreck us, sorrows arrest us, then moving on through the plains that receive us, processioned in tumult, come to the sea. There we're welcomed by the familiar and longed-for homeland, where bright waves splash up from the rocks to refresh us, in an environment warm and welcoming as before. Having read the poem for its overall meaning and appeal, spend time exploring its use of contrast and powerful metaphors, such as bright beaches compared with stoniest cities. Life heaved and breathed in me, compared with shadows oppress me. Symbolism, such as the river in the third stanza. Alliteration, powerful visual imagery, conveying picture as well as activity, and the persona's attitude to the picture in the imagery used. Trace the persona's tone as the poem develops, and consider the overall mood of the poem. Consider also the rhythm of the poem, and think about how it helps to bring out the contrast in the experiences in the South compared with the North, and the persona's different experiences and attitudes to these conditions. For example, you may find the description of the homeland lively and a bit racy, that of the North slower and sluggish. Reread as much as you need. Use your imagination. Think clearly and use the evidence you see.